My name is Margery Cuyler, and I'm at the Princeton Junior School in Princeton, New Jersey with three very special second graders. So let me start by asking you your names. What's your name?
Caleb.
Caleb. And what's your name?
Michael.
Michael. And what's your name?
No.
Penelope. So what do you think I do for a living? Let me ask you, Caleb.
I think you write books about kids.
That's right. So I'm here today to tell you about a series I'm writing about a second grader named ADDY McBEAN. And even though I can't give you a finished book right now, because the first book in the series won't be published till next summer, I can share some artwork with you and tell you a little bit about what the story is. So let's start with the artwork that will be on the cover. Now the book won't be quite this big. It's going to look more like, okay, it's going to be more this size, and it will be in hardcover and paperback. But this is what the cover will look like. I'm not very good at drawing, so an illustrator named Stacy Curtis did the artwork. So let me ask Penelope. Let's start with Penelope. What kind of person do you think ADDY is, just from looking at the cover?
Mathematician.
Mathematician. What makes you think she's a mathematician? Do you see anything in the artwork that suggests that?
Numbers.
Yes. And what else do you see besides the numbers in the background? There are numbers,
Shapes.
You're right. Shapes. That's right. Okay, and Caleb, what kind of dog do you think ADDY has?
A poodle.
A poodle. Do you know what the poodle's name might be? You can look at the name tag that's attached to the collar to get a hint, because there's a math symbol on it. So there's a hint there. If you can't guess it, I'll tell you. Yeah, what do you think?
Is it subtraction?
You're just right on. It's actually a minus sign that you would use in subtraction. So the poodle's name is Minus. Okay, I'm going to show you another piece of art. This is on the inside of the book. And ADDY's best friend is named Star. So this is Star. And their teacher is named Mr. Vertex. So he teaches second grade. So Penelope, when you look at his shoes, what do you see on the shoes?
Shapes.
Shapes, right? Okay, and Michael, when you look at his tie, what do you see on his tie?
Numbers.
Numbers. That's right. He loves to teach math. It's the first class of the day, and he always greets his students with a riddle. So let's try out one of his riddles, and all three of you can guess. All right. What do you call a hen who counts her eggs?
Egg.
That's a good guess. Eggs, but that's not it.
Eggs.
X? Nope. One more guess. What do you call a hen that counts her eggs? It's okay. It's okay, because ADDY has trouble guessing it too. All right, here. The answer is a mathemachicken. Isn't that silly? Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story. Mr. Vertex makes an announcement one day, and he says that on the following Wednesday night, the school will be celebrating family night. And all the grades have to make math projects that will be displayed in the auditorium. And because he's teaching shapes, he wants his class to make math projects based on shapes. And he divides the class into pairs, and he says they can use the crafts materials that are in the classroom. And he assigns Willard Gluck to be ADDY's partner. Now, Willard Gluck never does his math homework. He never pays attention in class. He hates doing math worksheets. And ADDY is very upset that she is going to be stuck with Willard. She figures that she'll have to do all the work, and Willard won't contribute anything. But much to her surprise, Willard comes up with this really great idea. And they work really hard on the project. But the day before it's due, disaster strikes. Here's Willard. Okay, here's Willard Gluck. And what do you think's going on in this picture? Let me ask Michael.
I think they're trying to paint it, but it spills and a mess.
That's right, the paint spills, and in fact, this turns over, the can of paint turns over, and it goes all over their project, and it ruins it. And Addie is so upset with Willard because even though it was an accident, he didn't mean to spill the paint. Nevertheless, he did spill the paint, and so they'll be the only 2 kids in the entire school who won't have a project for math, for family night. And so she's upset, and she goes home, and at the last minute, who should show up on her doorstep but Willard? And he has a new idea, and it's even a better idea than the idea he had before. And he says they can work really hard that night and get it ready for school the next day and for family night, which is the next evening. But Addie, even though she's excited by his new idea, she doesn't see how they can get it finished because they have so little time. And she likes to be in control. She likes to do things slowly and carefully, and she's a perfectionist. Even so, Willard persuades her to work on the project. They finish it. They have several mishaps getting it to school, but they get it to school. It gets set up for family night. And then something happens at family night that gets the entire school excited, and they end up getting a prize. And that's more or less the story. One thing I want you to think about is what did Addie learn from working with Willard? Let me ask Penelope. Do you think she learned anything?
That he's not so bad after all.
That he's not so bad after all. And I want the readers of this book to think about that because we so often jump to conclusions about people and we judge them before we get to know them. And actually, as Addie got to know Willard, she realized he was really pretty cool and creative. And not only that, she finds out that he's already studying 5th grade level math, which is why he never pays attention in class. He's bored. Anyway, we're out of time, but Addie and I wish you a wonderful day.